Okay. So after I was done, I was like, this is pretty much let go, let God. Let go, let it flow. Which is kind of what I've been teaching, this new... I even got the name for it. I haven't announced it yet, but I will announce it once I get it all put together. I have a name for it. It's absolutely perfect and amazing. Spirituality teaches us to let go and let God. And unless you understand your history, you can't clear your present to have a better future, is what it really comes down to. And I think if a lot more people that were understanding of that would promote that to the newer people, there would be a lot less confusion. Because the problem with everything, it all comes down to the sustainability of the planet. Because everything is off kilter inside, it's off kilter on the outside. Because, you think of the moon as being masculine, but actually it's feminine and masculine, and that we can get into another thing. That has everything to do with karma. It can go masculine and feminine depending on what you want. And so when that sun flare erupts, ejaculates out of the sun, erupts out of the sun, that is bringing out karma. That's energy that's flowing throughout the universe from that sun. Okay? So at that point, it is masculine. The sun, or the moon, is more feminine. The inside was more masculine. Was. It's a little damaged. And then you have the earth, which it was damaged too from the cataclysm. So because it vibrates out a wounded masculine, the feminine is wounded. So it's like a rageful feminine. So because we're not allowed to have feelings and we're not allowed to express ourselves, at least in our minds, we think, that comes from the energy of the planet. Because the planet itself is vibrating at that frequency, guess what? It makes our homeostasis vibrate at that frequency. I hope that's the earth vibrates at a certain frequency, which makes you vibrate at a certain frequency. It's supposed to work in harmonious, is what originally it was made out to be. An equal balanced energy that's coming up through the planet. It's missing half the energy. It's just like the 369 is missing half the other one. It's the feminine without the masculine. That's pretty much, it's actually what the earth is too, is the feminine without the masculine. So missing that unity. It's all duality. And that's where I was giving like the downloads for the prayers. We pray like this now, and that's total duality. There's nothing there. It's just like gone. Okay. And then the one before that is we would close here, but even that's duality, because you still got that, there's still, But what they were teaching me, the original, is to slide the hand down and bring it here. That's unity. And that's the way it makes the Isis womb. So when you go that back and forth, it makes that little suction cup right there. And if you do it like this, it can't make that suction cup, but this can. So that's unity. And that's what the earth is missing, is that unity, the balanced masculine and feminine. And so if the planet is not balanced, you're not going to be able to be balanced either. Consciously or subconsciously, you're going to be unbalanced. So consciously, you have to make an extra step to take the steps towards being more balanced, to live on an unbalanced planet, if that makes sense. I'm learning this too as I'm going. I'm channeling right now, so. I just got it. That's why you got to let go, let God. Because if you just allow whatever to come in, it's exactly what you need. Duh. Because you project the energy that you need, the universe is going to give it to you. So the more accepting of what you get better. And if you refuse what you get, you're like, no, that's not mine, then you receive more karma and you receive more shit. Interesting. I just realized that. So that's why all the fuss with that. Huh. And see, now it's just gone. I was definitely chanting because what I just said is gone. Now I can't remember what I just said. I'll have to go back because that was a very important part. I'll get it here in a minute. That's why I like channeling and talking to spirit, because I learn stuff. So this is like my video diary here of truly how to let go and let God and what it means. That's what I want to do, is teach the meaning, the feeling, because I am such a feeling being on who I am. I'm so sensitive and so I feel everything on an energetic level. And so taking that and using it as a gift instead of something that is being, well, I'm too sensitive and I feel everything. Learning to go back and why are why are these things happening, and going through past lives and working through all this stuff and stepping more into your power, because the more you step into your power, the more those things don't bother you, because those things go away because you're projecting a different energy. So the more you project a different energy, the more you bring in different energy into you, because that's the law of the universe. As you grow, the universe grows. So that's why you need to come back to self, because when you come back to self, if something happens that isn't quite what you thought, it was like, oh, I thought I was thinking better, but subconsciously I was thinking I needed to work on a couple things before that one come in. So when you let go and let God, let go, let flow, I almost want to say the new name of my thing, but it's so cool. Or blah, blah, beep, beep. It's really cool the what I named it. It's so fitting. Because it's all about flow. And a little bit of sass, because you got to own it. You can't just go and let flow, I'm just going to get whatever the universe gives me. No, that's where the manifestation part comes in. It's like, you got to add that extra high vibration. So that's where you got to fake it till you make it kind of thing comes in. It's like, okay, well, this is the vibration I want to match, and that's what I got to feel. So what can I do right now? Oh, you know what? I can turn some music on, and I can get into that music and dance a little bit and get that vibe really high, and then start thinking about what I want, and then match that vibration to what I'm thinking about and manifest that right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to teach. The mechanics of the vortex. Yeah. I want to teach the mechanics, the technical little fine details that hinder your vibration on a daily level that you don't know. Like, getting your energy clear, cutting your cords that you have on a daily basis with people. If you drive through the drive-through and somebody hands you your lunch and you make energy contact, they make energy contact with you and you make energy contact with you, have an energetic cord to them sharing energy. And that person will share energy for life until you really move that cord. There's people walking around with like millions and millions of little spaghetti strands on them from all the people that are draining the energy. And you wonder why you get home at night and you're like feeling like a zombie, like, I'm so tired. All energy is being sucked out of you with all these energy cords. And when you have energy being sucked out of you, what happens? That lowers your vibration. And when you're talking about ascension or manifesting what you truly want, and that's what we're really talking about, is manifesting what you truly want, co-creating with God, if you want to call it biblical, or just really truly manifesting what you truly want, you got to have a high vibration. And if your energetic cords are leaching the energy out of you, that's lowering your vibration. If you're doing certain things all the time and you don't even know that this is hindering your vibration, that's lowering your vibration. Pretty soon you're like do, and you're like, but I'm manifesting. Well, you can only manifest at the vibration that you're at. You can't manifest at this vibration if you're at this vibration. So subconsciously, it's like a death trap to keep your vibration down. And where does that subconscious death trap come from? That's what I wanted to know. That's what my brain's like, where does this shit come from? Because I don't remember trying to do any of this stuff in my lifetime. Where does this really come from? Well, this comes from curses that were cursed upon me in ancient Egyptian times. They're dirty little burgers. But the thing is the more aware I am, the more I can do to take care of it, release everything, get everything back in working, and I'm in working order, and I'm in full power. Because every time I even crack a little bit of that fusion, that's energy in, that's raising vibration. Because that's a little bit of breaking that loose and new energy in there. Pretty soon when that spine moves fully and freely, That's neurons firing. That's everything. That spine is firing at 100%. That's full power. That's what I'm curious about, because what I'm doing is getting rid of all of the calcium deposits and everything on the spine that shouldn't be there through manipulation and homeopathics and everything, and making that spine really work for it. It's almost like working that spine like a snake, just really, using different stretches and pushing up against things and my own body weight, only my own body weight. I'm not having anybody else help me. That's the trick, is using your own body weight, because you can't break anything with your own body weight. There's a trick to this whole thing, and I'm not going to spill the beans on here, but there's a trick to it, and it's with your own body weight. You can do all this stuff at your home. You don't have to have anybody else help you. You don't have to pay for anything else. It's absolutely amazing. But every time you release all those hindrances, those are restrictions in your vibration, restrictions in your ascension, restrictions in you grabbing the life of your dreams. And so wouldn't you want to take a year or two and just really focus down on your health, your mental, your emotional, your physical health, and say, you know what, I'm going to take a stand right here, and I'm going to start doing some things to change it, because that's going to start making me feel better. When I feel better, my vibration rises. It's like waking up one morning and putting on a pair of jeans, and you're like, they just don't fit your butt right. You're like, vibration all day, like this. And the next day you have another pair of jeans, you're exactly the same. They make your butt look good. You're like, damn, you're like vibing up, I'm high. Isn't that amazing? And y'all know what I'm talking about. There's days you're just like, I know I don't look good, so I'm just like, or I feel like I'm just like rocking the world. It's amazing, just the little things that can hinder your vibration on a daily basis that we don't even think about on a daily basis. That's what I am learning about, and that's what I want to bring, is the awareness to another side of things that most people don't think about, that make more of a difference than the things that you are thinking about consciously on a daily basis. Wow. That was good. I had to hear that. So truly, by healing yourself, you're truly healing the collective, like what they say, because you're projecting out a healed energy, so everybody around you is going to want to start to be healed too. It's interesting. So if you know how to balance yourself through, like with my personal things, I've downloaded mudras and stuff that I do from ancient Egypt that I do every morning to help balance me. And every day that I do them, I just raise my vibration up a little bit more. And every morning I do it, I raise my vibration up a little more. And every day when I do body work, I raise my vibration up more. And when I do the mudras, the walking mudras during the day, the different prayer things, I raise my vibration up even more. So every day I'm just like level, up in my vibration. But I'm doing it through energetic work and physical work on my body, rather than running around and fragmenting myself, trying to do everything for everybody else. I'm trying to get everything done for myself and put myself out there. Yeah. It's been a journey. It's been hard. Whew. I'm just trying to figure out, I wanted to teach the art of manifestation, but I wanted to teach it in a way that has never been done before. And I was like, how can I teach that? And I manifested that clear back when I was learning about The Secret, way back when it came out, when I was managed shooting. I used The Secret to win third in the world, It was awesome. And I went back and won the nationals with The Secret. And then I was just like, I got to figure out what The Secret is, because, I got it, but I don't got it. It's like, I was going for the world and I got third, and I was like, I was really going for the world and I really had it, but then I let my ego get in the way because I was scared and I missed a couple of things, and so it cost me the world. So I'm like, I got to figure out why. I'm just that kind of a person. I'm like, why? That's what I think people need to do, is they need to ask why more. Everybody's like so afraid to ask anything, and you can't figure out anything if you're quiet. If you wait for everything to come to you, it's just not going to happen. You got to do the work too. You got to do the inner work, so that way things come to you. You can't do all the outer work thinking everything's going to come to you, because that's a unhealthy way to do it. That's the wounded feminine way to do it. You go out there and it's the masculine pushing to try to make everything right? No. First, just coming back and fixing the wounded feminine, learning to speak with love, getting that poison out of your throat. Oh, being cursed with that toxic cobra venom. Both. It looked like a big Adam's apple by the time I was done, because I was laying down and it was like a big Adam's apple, looked like. Pocket of poison. Ugh. The only way you can actually understand and move on from those kind of things that I've seen is just to understand the bigger picture. Because the more I was digging, the more I was like, oh gosh, the stuff that I've been through and gone through in lives, and I'm just like, oh, I can't unsee some of the horrific deaths that I've been through. I can't. I've got to go further. And so I did. I kept going further and further and further until I finally got to the end, and I'm like, okay, now I see the bigger picture. Now I understand truly why you have to let go. Because you don't know what's good for you. You think you do because you're in a 3D world. We're in the physical world. We think we know what's good for us, but we have no idea, because we don't know what's coming ahead. There could be things coming ahead that we need to prepare for now, that we need to evolve to get there. And if we're so stuck in our ways, and we can't do this and we can't do that, and we're too in our ego, too much in the devil energy to move towards that thing that we really want to move towards, we miss out on the dreams, miss out on the boat, because ego, the devil, is keeping us small. Because that's the vibration of the wounded feminine. That's the vibration of the planet. So the planet is vibrating that vibrational frequency to everything on the planet. That's why there's so much carnage and rage on the planet. That's why we have to reset every so many hundred or so many thousands of years. Every 30, 40,000 years, because there's so much carnage on the planet. We need to reset it and recalibrate it and re-cleanse it, because it's just ew, So by consciously understanding that is what it is, and it's not our fault, but now that we know, we're consciously aware of it, we're more evolved, so we can actually make better choices to raise our vibration up, instead of unconsciously walking around like zombies thinking that everything's happened to me. Why is everything happening to me? Instead, it'll take you out of that mentality more if you understand it more. And so that's where I wanted to understand the details of it. And I'm just very analytical and very, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So that's what it all comes down to. It boils down to is the law of attraction and understanding the universal energies and how to truly manifest. And what it comes down to, what the real secret is being able to hold a vibration the best you can, because you know better, even through a traumatic time or through a harder time. Because the harder time that you just got dealt was from karma that you subconsciously got dealt with. So you were unaware of it. And now that you are aware of it, you say, okay, I got dealt this card, and I'm going to make more of a conscious choice next time, that I understand that what I project during this time of crisis in my life, what I project is what I'm going to get back. And if I project more crisis, I'm going to get more crisis. I am consciously aware of that, being a conscious creator in my life. I understand that now, thank you, God, that if I project that I am in crisis every second, because crisis is happening to me, I'm going to get more crisis from the universe, because that's what I am projecting. Okay, I understand that now. And that's where that enlightenment comes, is knowing that you create every second. And then if you get emotional about it, it makes it even bigger and faster. And where are we always emotional about? The things that we hate so much. And that's what we bring back into our lives. And I think that's what I was trying to teach after I made that mistake. But I was on a wounded planet and just couldn't vibrate it out, and then vibrated my own death with curses, because I was so frustrated, because I felt that I had good knowledge, and because the vibration of the planet it would come out wrong. And so then I think I manifested my ancient Egyptian life of being just totally cursed. You know, I'd be like, nobody's listening to me, then whatever. You know what? If nobody's going to get it, I'm done. Boom. I probably just manifested it right there. That was probably one of my thoughts as Neffirtiti. As, you know, I put in the work and I feel like I've got the answers, but nobody wants to listen, or I can't talk and speak my truth because of the wounded planet, because it's all men, and if you're a woman, then it makes you a witch, you know, you're gonna get killed. So, but if you're a man and you speak, you know, higher knowledge, then you're a pope and a priest. But if you're a woman, you're a witch or a Joan of Arc, and you get killed, you know, just because you're a feminine. And so I probably just manifested my death that way. And then maybe I just cursed myself by saying, since I knew, that's probably what happened, is I knew my own power, but I probably had a weakness one moment and said, you know what? I give up. I'm never going to be able to do it. And manifested something that was horrific, like being able to lock me down with curses that I would never be able to truly speak, and going from generation to generation. Wow. Learning new stuff all the time. So your words truly mean everything. And when you're like, I'm never going to do this, and I'm never going to do that, and I can't, I won't, and blah, 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 you're cursing yourself every minute. And you just don't even know it. And then when that thing comes that you can't do, then you're so frustrated, you're like, I knew I couldn't do it, gosh, yeah, you know? No, you manifested it subconsciously because you knew you couldn't do it, and it's not your fault. But that's the thing, once you realize that it's not your fault, that's your choice. That's where it gets tricky, because once you realize that you're the conscious creator, and you have a weak moment, which we all do because of the planet, your energy that you decide to infuse on the next thing that you might draw into your life that isn't quite so nice matters for the next thing you get in your life. So you have to understand karma. You have to be a good person. You have to want good things for yourself. You have to want to be able to treat yourself good. You want to understand that this is the only body that you get. And you have to understand that what you say is going to create karma, and maybe even karmic debt for generations and lifetimes later. So that makes you a lot more responsible for your words and your actions. And so once you realize that you're that responsible for your words and actions, then you consciously make a choice to screw yourself or not. And then you can't blame anybody else but yourself. You're like, no, I had that moment, you know, and I deserve that. But you know what? I understand that. And at that moment, you make that conscious decision to take the higher road and say, you know what? I brought this in myself. This is from my thoughts. And I know I'm a conscious creator, and I know I'm a powerful creator. My words equal energy. And people are going to do what my energy puts out. You know, that was a boo-boo on my mistake. I'll make a conscious effort not to do that again. And it just makes you a lot more conscious of your words and your choices that you make and you do. And realizing that you have to give yourself a break for when you are making those mistakes, because you have to understand that now if you think, well, I'm going to make a mistake, but yet I'm going to get a little break, you know what you're doing, so you're going to get the karmic things for that. So that's kind of tricky. So don't think, well, I'm naive because the planet's unbalanced and I'm going to throw a fit. If you're consciously aware of that, you're going to reap the bad karma. It's just the way it works. Don't think you can mess with karma, because that's just energy that you're projecting. You can't fool yourself. It's like lying to yourself. No, I'm okay. You look in the mirror, I'm okay. Are you really? Because that's not the energy that you're projecting out into the world that you're getting back. You're not really okay, so you're going to get more things that are going to make you not okay. You see how that works? When you're talking energy, it's very important to really watch your words and watch your thoughts. That's where I ams come into, to huge roles. I am. Because when you choose lower vibrational words, you're right also. And that's where you have to make the conscious awareness choice at that moment. And I have stopped people and say, okay, I'm going to stop you right there. Choose to say this. And they have. It's like, because, you get into things like, well, you start griping about your husband. You're like, blah, blah, blah. He's not doing this and he's not doing that. And what I hear now, because I've been at this for a while, is like, well, all I hear is the things he's not doing. So you're projecting out in the world for him to do more things that he's not doing. So when you stop your words right there and say, this is going to be hard because he's not really doing them, but you know what? I'm really appreciative for what he does do. And when you're appreciative for what he does do, then the energy sets out a more balanced energy, and then that energy gets infused to him subconsciously, and he's going to want to do more things for you. That's the way of law of attraction works, the way energy works. So it all does start with you. So that's why you have to make the conscious effort to make that choice, to take that stand and take that higher road, whether it be stand up for yourself or walk away from a fight that isn't worth it. That was cool. I found a whole bunch of new stuff today. Energy is interesting. Energy is amazing. It's intimidating sometimes, because it's like, if we're that responsible for our words, it's hard to think positive 24/7. And that's when you call in your angels and you ask for protection. You call in sacred space. You're like, okay, I'm getting ready to have a moment here. Angels, protect me. Blah, blah, blah. And your angels will protect you. That's what they're there for your weak moments. You're like, okay, I'm doing the best I can. I need to have a moment. Please protect me. Protect my energy, protect my words. And then they just wrap their little angelic shield wings around you, and then you can just like scream and, get it all out and whatever. And then make sure you thank them, and then you'll feel lots better. And that raises your vibration, so you're not hanging into all that. And you're not thinking, oh gosh, I can't have a moment because of my vibration, and oh my gosh, and energy. No, you call in protection. And you say, I need to have a moment, just like everybody else, because I'm human. That way I don't screw up my next week's good karma. Anyway, that was kind of fun. God bless.